What about detail? Sweating the small stuff. One of the things that I saw, I was reading that handbook that was
Oh yeah,
leaked on the internet, and one of the
yeah,
things I saw throughout that was this real obsession with the 1%
yeah.
and the small stuff. How do you feel about this, by the way, and all of that stuff?
I wrote that with some of my employees when I was probably 22. So there are some things that I'm like, I read, I'm like, oh wow, I was an idiot. But for the most part, most of it still stands the test of time. And I do think it's very helpful. You know, what's funny? A lot of CEOs have actually told me that they make their employees read this.
Yeah, it went around all of our Slack channels. We all
Yeah,
we all read it.
that which is funny because I'm like, damn, I should make an updated version of it so everyone. But yeah, the thing is, it's the core crux of it is like extreme ownership and don't make excuses, and people always. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot of deja vu from when I was writing that. It was just a different time back then too, because I had no idea what I was doing when I was 21, 22. And I just found that I was constantly teaching people the same things over and over again. And it was always just like, take extreme ownership, take accountability. Like, sure, I guess it was out of your control, but it could have been in your control if you just thought through it more, if you just really cared. And that's what I was just trying to convey in it.
And the other thing that comes through in this, but also all of your work, is just this idea, something that I've learned from you just from speaking to you on the phone yesterday, that nothing is impossible.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
watching Beast Games over the last couple of weeks, but also speaking to some of your team, there's clearly this through line with everything that you do of like extreme, what appears to me to be extreme ambition.
Hmm.
And it doesn't appear
Yeah.
to be extreme ambition to you in the same way that it appears to be extreme ambition to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I mean, is does physics allow it? Then yes, it's possible. It just is it. Do we want to put the time in? I mean, I feel like people overcomplicate a lot of things.
And
I
is
mean,
that something you've trained over time, or have you always thought that?
no, I think I've just. It's a good question. I don't know why, but when people tell me I can't do something, and I don't know where this came from. It makes me just want to do it more. To be honest, if you tell me I shouldn't do something, that's fine. But if you tell me I can't, then it's everything in my body just wants to go. Fuck you. I obviously can. I don't know if I should, but I can. And then I don't know. It's like the thing is like to go viral, you have to do something that's never been done before. I've told this story before of like, if you're driving down the road and you see a cow, who cares? It's a fucking cow. But if you're driving down the road and you see a purple cow, you're like, you've never seen that before. And it's something you weren't expecting. You're going to go, holy shit. And you're going to go tell your friends about it. You're going to remember that. You'll probably even think about it randomly once every couple of years. Why the fuck was there a purple cow? And it's like, it's the same thing. Just one was a little purple. And it like, you can apply that same like analogy to ideas. Like when you're scrolling through social media to find a video to watch, there's things that have been done before, you've seen. It's roughly similar to stuff before. You're just going to scroll past it. You'll never think about it again. Just like you'll never think about a fucking cow on the side of the road. And then there are ideas that are like the purple cow idea, which is what I try to do, which are things that make you go, what the fuck? I've never seen that. Like I have to click this, or I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because like, why is this video? No way they did this, right? But those typically are very hard. And usually to get that purple cow effect, they've never been done before. And if something's never been done before, there's usually a reason because it's very fucking hard.
Mhm.
So you just kind of have to train yourself to like not resent very difficult, complex, hard, original problems and actually run towards them because those are the ones that, tend to have more of the purple cow effect where people have to watch it. And viewership's very exponential. It's way easier to get 50 million views on one video than it is to get a million views on 50 videos, right? And so, and because it like kind of goes exponentially and it's like, pretty winner take all on the top videos, like you just really have to lean into that purple cow effect, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. If you were to distill then, say we were coming up with a new how to succeed in Mr. Beast production handbook now, what would be the top five if I was applying for a job with
Yeah.
you? What five characteristics would I need to demonstrate to be successful?
You gotta be very coachable because whatever I teach you today is gonna change, a year or two from now. Always learning, always improving. Coachable. A big thing for me is you gotta see the value in working here. Like you really, I don't, this isn't like a job. This is a career. Like if you don't, realistically see a world where you're working for me in 10 years, then it's pretty hard for me to invest into you at the level I want. Like I don't like training someone for 6 months. They work here for a year and then I lose them. What I like is I train someone for a year and then I get 9 years of dividends on the back end where they crush at their job and I'm constantly paying them more because they're becoming more valuable with time. Like that is like the eighth wonder of the world is investing heavily in an employee and then they stick around for a decade. You know what I mean? It's like they're some of my top guys that I spent 3 or 4 years in the trenches with training and working with. They're like Tyler, who writes a lot of my videos and directs them. I, probably talk to him 5, 6 hours a day every day for around 4 years. And now because I can't he spends 100% of his time writing the videos, directing the videos, obsessed over that. Whereas I could theoretically max spend 5% of my time. So he's going to naturally just shit on me on it because he can spend way more time on it. And it's like, so, I have full faith in him, but the dividends that I get off of him after all those years of pouring all that time and effort into him. And now he knows exactly how I think, what I value, that I don't even really have to communicate with him. Sometimes I can just show up to film and like, I just trust that it's good. And I have a bunch of people across all my businesses like that it's like great. And if, in a world where Tyler's still working here 10 years from now, I mean, the amount of value out of someone like that is unfathomable. It is quite literally the eighth wonder of the world for a business. And it's like, that's what I want. But you only get those kinds of people, they see the value for, working for you. And so they have to like deeply believe like the more valuable I become to this company, the more I'll be rewarded. And they like actually want to dedicate their life to the business. So that's very important because if I really don't get that vibe, then it's not fair to both of us because I'm not going to invest in you like I should because I don't think you're going to be here in 10 years and then you're going to feel that. And it creates, so coachable, sees the value, obviously obsessed. I just don't like working with mediocre people. I mean, I really just can't stand it. It's the fastest way to make me depressed, is if I have to work with someone who's just not all in and just loves what they do. Um, it's just a lot of, stuff like that I'm sure if you listen to like a Steve Jobs interview or something that he talks about, it's just the typical traits.